Well, it's been another autumnal day today, 15 degrees in Skegness. Quite the report we've got for you, with some changes coming over the next week or so. As requested, we're going beyond the conventional forecast as we look to the week ahead, delving into some postmodern thought and offering a little deconstruction along the way. Starting with a look back on the day, a fairly ordinary set of atmospheric conditions. The sky, as we can see from this picture sent in by Hugh from Grimsby, a tapestry of clouds, their movements a reminder of the ontological path towards something other than ourselves. Lovely picture, Hugh, thanks for sending that in. Over here to the east, this graphic illustrates the concept of difference, where, as you can see over Winterton, each raindrop seems to be defying the fixed meanings we place upon it. So, as I always say, it's not just whether it's raining or pouring, it's a case of questioning the functions of language as we ponder the instability of concepts themselves. As we move further west, we get a sense of power dynamics at play. See here, these dark rain clouds are just signifiers, ostensibly representing the weather conditions or cloud cover in a particular area, but semiotically they are unmoored from the subject. And you could say that at best they reflect an arbitrary relation to the signified. Let's have a look at the headline for the next 24 hours. Tomorrow, we see clear skies and scattered sunshine becoming normative. Looking at the afternoon, and notice it's not the actual weather we're seeing, but a constructed version of reality, a representation of atmospheric conditions that take on a life of their own, ultimately detached from any original reality. Of course, by internalizing and acting upon these iconic two-dimensional simulacra, we get a hyper-reality formed by the blurring of the line between the real and the simulated, which takes us to Tuesday. The Gulf Stream continues to moderate temperatures along the coast. Now, I always get asked, what is the Gulf Stream? So just a reminder, it's Orientalism at its best, the exoticizing and romanticizing of a natural phenomenon from our hegemonic Western perspective. So things are going to stay reasonably unsettled. On to Wednesday, and these wavy black lines, or isobars, herald a non-linear network of connections, crisscrossing the worlds and defying traditional semantic structures. I would recommend layering up unless you're feeling brave. By evening, we have the westerly wind carrying broken narratives which will fragment and disrupt into the night. Do wrap up. This will continue into Thursday, by when we have rain developing, precipitation descending upon us, and we're likely to see the fragments of a grand narrative being shattered into the afternoon and early evening. You can blame unreliable narrators for this. No longer can we trust even what I'm saying. Once again, we see meaning unraveling and revealing itself as a web of interconnected references. Rain and the absence of rain bound up as interdependent concepts, meaningless in themselves. This continues into Friday, and there's a nip in the air. Some existential doubts possibly brewing into a storm of angst over Brig. Chance of some blustery conditions, a band of cloud giving way, and who knows, maybe we'll see a chance to reconcile our authentic selves with the role played by others. We'll have to wait and see, because we're on to the weekend. As the dark shadows on that picture suggest, Saturday sees patchy cloud and clear spells for much of Scotland. We're looking at the alterity induced by the wintry weather just easing in from the north, bringing us face to face with the presence of the inscrutable other, and not before time. It looks like Sunday is going to be drier and quieter, so a good time to contemplate the oppressive nausea wrought by the distinction between self and not self. That's all for today. I'm Ardal. See you next week. Have a good rest of the weekend.